Welcome to another edition of Got Gameplay on our YouTube channel. It's Brian Calhoun this week, Momin Crushy here as well.
Hello.
I guess I'll play as CM Punk. You can play as John Cena. No, John Cena's going to be computer controlled, which actually sucks because I'm not really that good at wrestling. But I guess I'm more better at Roman Greco.
So you played Money in the Bank, eh?
Well, actually, this is part of the relive moments of the WWE mode. I forget exactly what it's called, but this is like part of storyline where CM Punk was leaving the WWE and going to take the championship with him. And John Cena was said, hey, stop him or I'm going to fire you, by McMahon. And I think it was McMahon that said that. But the game makes you play CM Punk because this is a story it wants to tell, or it's retelling. And you might notice some little mini game things at the bottom of the screen. Now, for some reason, they've decided that, hey, you should basically do these mini games to decide who wins these little grappling matches between each other.
Right.
It starts off with basically rock, scissors, paper, because it has 3 choices, and one of the choice always defeats another but loses to the third choice, so it's rock, paper, scissors that way.
Did you just pull off that move at CM Punk?
Well, I am controlling CM Punk.
Very nice.
So everything that he does, I do. I'm basically just trying to curb stomp John Cena right now. Oh, comes back with an elbow. But it's weird that they've left so much of the beginning of the match, the interaction between them, down to this mini game where it's basically rock, paper, scissors. What I do not like is that every once in a while you'll see R2, the R2 trigger, pop up.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how you get out of moves. If you can time it perfectly, then CM Punk will just like stop John Cena's moves and I would just get up. I could not do that. I don't know. I can't figure out the timing for that. It's impossible. And I played this match a number of times. I'm going to actually lose this match. Spoiler. But, man, there is no way to perfectly time that.
I love that you did the You Can't See Me to you.
This can't be the end already, is it? I guess it is. I guess I played a couple matches in this, or we're going to do a couple matches, but I didn't actually beat this yet.
Oh, man. Is Cena trash talking you right there, Calhoun, and you just took it?
I took it because I couldn't figure out how to... I couldn't figure out what button to use.
So disappointed in you, Calhoun. Just took it.
Hey, we both know that wrestling is not my forte.
I've heard that wrestling is on the same par as NASCAR for you.
Really? From who? Name your sources, sir.
No, I can't. I'm a journalist. I don't name my sources. So in terms of like the gameplay here, did you, because you said wrestling's not your thing. So, I mean, how easy was it for you to learn the moves and play the game, or did you find it challenging?
I mean, to be honest, wrestling games are not the most complicated in terms of control. I mean, you kind of have your basic, as John Cena. I'll give the AI credit when John Cena turns back my attacks and just like does a little bit of like dazzle, like does the hand in front of the face, you can't see me, you can't touch this. That is kind of impressive. Not as impressive as just knocking him out of the ring like that, though, but pretty impressive. No, the controls for a wrestling game aren't that hard, and I'm sure there are people looking at this game and saying, hey, you play it like crap, and you know what, I'll accept that, because I will admit to not being the most, I should have been able to kick him off of that. I don't know why.
I like that you did drop kicks in the air.
I did 2 drop kicks that really should have taken him down.
But wrestling games can be complicated in the sense, like doing the special moves and stuff like that can take a little bit of doing. Well,
in this game, the special move is literally just mapped to one button. And I'm guessing because I had a hard time doing the special moves, although I did manage to pull off 1 or 2, they seem to be dependent on where you are in the ring. As John Cena just gets taken out by the ref. No, they definitely seem to be dependent on where you are in the ring because it's just one button. I mean, there are more buttons to taunt your opponent than there are to actually do a super move, because it's literally like, hey, on the PlayStation 4, press the triangle to do the super move.
Right.
Press X does like a basic attack. I think it's...
Why?
Well, it's PlayStation, so it'd be square or circle. I think square starts grappling. But no, it's not complicated controls.
Interesting.
The thing about this game is that the controls are not complicated. I will say that they are really picky, because I'm sitting there and you're seeing the game flash, hey, too fast, too slow, as I hit like the right trigger, because the right trigger is always, hey, this is the button I'm going to hit, and if I hit it correctly at the right time, I'll get up. But the timing is messed up. So, and I'm really not a huge fan of, hey, we're going to like make the decisions about, hey, who's going to get a. Oh, here's a perfect example of like super moves. So here I am, and because I'm there beside the table, if I turned around, I would throw him on the table.
And the table would have collapsed?
And the table would collapse.
Amazing.
So,
like the Spanish announcer table.
But, because I mean, in wrestling, they've thrown people into the announcer's table before. It happens all the time.
It's always the Spanish announcer table.
Yeah.
Those poor guys.
Those poor guys. They never get to finish their broadcast because they're always interrupted. Their table always gets destroyed. And only when they show up, too.
And it's hilarious every time.
But, no, the controls are easy to understand, hard to actually implement, but that's because of all the weird choices. The rock, paper, scissors minigame. That's just pure luck. So at some point, your wrestling match comes down to, were you able to guess better than the computer that's controlling this did?
Sometimes I find wrestling games can be a little tedious. Did you find that at all?
I mean, I got bored of losing the same match over and over and over again.
Nice rope break. As we know, you're good at breaking stuff.
Yes, I'm very good at breaking stuff.
The graphics are pretty impressive, actually. That's what I'm captivated by right now.
They do look good. I would imagine that this is all brand new from scratch, because I don't think you'd be able to up-res from what was on last year, or the previous generation, which is kind of hard. And once again, you saw that there's another menu. Hey, to break out of this menu, we're going to bring up this box, and you just got to hit X, and you got to let go of X at the right points, which is nearly impossible. So is it a hard game? No, but man, the controls are just too picky. So, but that's just a small part of what the game is. It's a huge part of what the game is, because that is the relive these famous moments in wrestling mode. And there's only two of them. There's that one with CM Punk and John Cena, and another one with two guys. I can't remember who those guys are, but yeah, I mean, outside of that, you have your creator wrestler and do your own career. You can do instant matches. You can play online, stuff like that. You know, your average wrestling fare. So that's our quick look here, or our Got Gameplay look at WWE 2K15. And listen to our radio show, Got Game. You can find it on Sportsnet 59 The Fan. If you have no idea what that is, just Google Got Game Sportsnet. You'll find our show, and we'll be doing a full review of the game on an upcoming episode. So that's it for this week's edition of Got Gameplay.